What's good, everybody? It's your girl T Quest, and you are tuned into the T Quest Show with DJ El Nino.
The TQuest Show with DJ El Nino. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. If you think you can handle being a guest on the show, contact us today. We've interviewed independent artists to mainstream, regular folk to celebrities. You never know who's going to be our special guest, and one day it may just be you. Follow us on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM and DJ El Nino. El Nino. El Nino.
Girl T Quest with DJ El Nino here on the T Quest Show. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM, at DJ El Nino, and at the T Quest Show. And make sure you follow us on our website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com and GLMRadio.com, where you can find Gotta Love Me Radio, home of the music and conversations that you want to hear, and WQRB R&B Radio. That's right, we're here to cater to all your musical needs because we cater to the fans. And make sure you download your TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store for free and sign up for our mailing list because we love the people who support us, and we'll randomly give somebody something, a cash app for lunch for the day, free services, because you guys know we're all about the promo. And speaking of that, if you ever need help to flex yourself or your brand, you already know what it is. So GLM, what up?
Hey you. Me? Yes, you. What up? Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more. Oh my god. Please visit our website, I'm on it right now, GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
All right, you guys, before we get into today's show, we actually have a special guest for you all. But before then, we got to bring on my partner in greatness, award-winning DJ El Nino.
Yeah, what up?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you?
I'm super excited. I'm happy. I love the fact that we have a special guest here
Facts.
for the fans, and they know our favorite type of guests are the ones that do pre-promo because they care about being here with us.
There it is.
Because what people have to realize when it comes to interviewing people, especially like independent or some people who may not be as known, the listeners in the audience don't know you. So you got to
But they
make sure,
will.
exactly. So you got to make sure you bring it so they're be intrigued in your story, whatever you're selling or promoting. And I've done some research on our guest today, and I'm just super excited to have him on the show. So without further ado, let's bring on Truth Francisco.
There he is.
How
What up, Truth?
How y'all doing today, man? How you doing, DJ El Nino? How you doing, T-Quest? Everything all good?
I'm great.
Doing great. Doing great.
I love the energy. I love the energy.
Yeah, this gonna be fun. This gonna be fun.
Absolutely. I want to jump right on in. Your name, Truth Francisco.
Oh, man, I
Could be
love
your
this.
real name,
No.
made up, inspired. What could it be?
No. So Francisco is my real last name. I'm part black and part Dominican. So that Francisco is from my Dominican side. My grandfather's great grandfather's from Dominican Republic. And Truth came about. My real name is Mark. Truth came about because when I was young, I do something like maybe break a vase. Most kids will try to hide it. I go tell my mama on myself. So it's no matter what I could do in life, either I get in trouble at school, I'm always telling on myself. So my mama, she used to start calling me Truth. She said, one thing about you, you're not gonna lie to your mother. So, Truth. And as I grew up, she started calling me it. I started going by it. So when I was coming up with a music name, I was once named the name of my hood, and I was like, well, I don't think that's as marketable. as it can be on a national level. So I was being funny. I had a song called "Look at Me," and I was doing it to Tony Montana. So I was like, "I am Truth Francisco," and I was being funny. My CEO, he looked at me and he's like, I was like, "What you talking about? Huh? That'd be a good name." I was joking with him. He's like, "Why you playing?" So I thought about it. I was like, "Okay, there's probably a lot of truths out there, but not Francisco." So I stuck with it ever since.
So you already had a CEO before you had an artist name?
I had a different name back then. I was an artist. I was a name of my old neighborhood. So I'm from Houston, Texas, and where I'm from is called Acres Homes. Everybody know it as Fofo Acres Homes. So I was just calling myself Fofo at the time. But I I didn't feel like when people think about Acres Home, of course they think about all the negative things about it being far from. And if I was one day to inspire like kids or something like that, I didn't want to be known for the negative things or a negative name. You know, people can associate fofo with a gun, things of that such. So I wanted something more original, and I feel like me having my last name in my name is original. And truth was something I was always known as growing up. So I put two and two together, and I stuck with it ever since.
I like that.
Yeah.
Normally you have a name that's connected to your life, your childhood, your environment, but you were smart enough to realize that it's cool right now, but just can't be longevity.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, how long have you been doing music?
So officially, when I was young, I started doing music, but I was only making like little ABC raps. Of course, I was only like 9, so little plain raps back then. But when I first hopped in the studio and actually made a song, I was about 17, 16, 17 years old, and I was in college for a minute. When I graduated, I tried to get my master's, and I finally came back in 18. And when COVID hit, I started getting more focused because I got laid off my job. I was really just struggling. So, getting laid off, keep making that income that we was making for those who got laid off, gave me an opportunity to really put my time and effort into it. And it's kind of like a taste of, kind of like if you get a taste of, a nice steak after only growing up eating, poor food. You just once you get that taste, you don't want to keep getting that taste. You don't want to go back to eating crumbs or whatnot. So, once I got that level of consistency going and some recognition behind it, it kept getting me more excited and excited and motivating me. And I think the biggest motivation was back in 2021. My brother was murdered 2 hours after I talked to him. Well, my cousin, but he's my brother in my eyes, and it really bothered me and it really ate me up. But it made me more motivated than ever. He was the one that kind of got me started in music. So
I'm sorry to hear that. That just threw me way off.
I'm sorry for that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, what was it about music that resonated within you? Like, I have to be a part of this.
Well, when I was young, I used to be a poet. I didn't. I really know how to talk to girls. Of course, I was a kid, so I used to write them little poems, little love poems. And as I got older, pain is what resonated me with making music. Pain motivated me. I had to find some way to get my anger out, and instead of doing what I was doing at one point, I ain't gonna lie, running the streets and doing some negativity, criminal activities and things like that. I started putting it into my music, and it started making me feel better. But once I was able to do that, I always had a vision in my head of what it would look like to tell my story. So when I started doing it, and I think one of the biggest things that caught my attention, I made a suicide awareness song back in 2018, and to hear how many people were going through the same things I was kind of talking about, because I understand what people that go through that are going through. I had a friend of mine uh, who took his life over some things he was going through, so I wanted to talk about it, and I got messages, comments on my video when I shot the video, and people were like telling me thank you, and I'm over here like wow, like I didn't know it was going to impact people like this, and I wanted one person to hear my story, and it ended up touching thousands, and then that video went viral, so that really resonated with me well, and I just like it. Just like it was kind of like an adrenaline rush that came through me. That sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, man, I made this video. Like I directed this video myself. I said that, and I mean, it's a great feeling. I just remember growing up, my favorite artist of all time was Tupac Shakur, and I just remember how I felt when I heard "Dear Mama" for the first time, how I dropped a tear, or "Keep Your Head Up," things like that that made me feel good inside. And it's like, wow, artists and rappers are the most, or can be most impactful people in the world. So I want to become that.
Absolutely. It's all about how you deliver the message. Because I know a lot of artists that produce serious songs, awareness songs, but they corny. I'm just being honest. They're
Yeah.
corny, and I'm like, they're like, yo, put us on the station because I got this message, I got this, that, and the third. I'm like, I hear you, and I understand where you're trying to go with this, but the song is corny.
I feel you. No, that's true. My mom used to say it's not what you say sometimes, it's how you say it. It's like the difference between a man, say if a man's trying to get to know you, and
Hmm.
we can go back to the days of Family Matters. We all watch Family Matters. So it was the difference between a Steve Urkel and a Stefan. You know, can I take you on a date? Or, hey, beautiful, can I take you on a date? You know what I mean? Which one, 9 times out of 10, is probably going to be more impressive or make you hear it? It's probably, the way it's delivered. You know, that's a good message that you said. Yeah, if it's corny, ain't nobody going to listen to it.
It's true. But my thing is, like you said, music is very important. So it's all about how you deliver it to people, they can receive it properly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with your song, you must have recorded it properly, the right cadence, concept, beat, that it touched people the way it was supposed to. You see what I'm saying? So I can do that. Talk about if it's too uncomfortable, I respect it. But talk about the situation with your cousin brother and how that truly touched you in a way like you knew you had to. And I'm gonna highlight you. Have a moment with me, okay?
Okay. Okay. You ready? So, pain is not something that I'm new to. Something I'm very familiar to. I'm somebody who just a little bit about my history. My dad died when I was 15. It's the first time I ever felt that type of pain in my life. Losing somebody that I know that I wasn't gonna get back. It didn't really hit me to the funeral. I'm just sitting there thinking like long term, my kids would never meet their grandfather ever, and that's a hurtful feeling to know that, because truthfully, on my mother's side, I never met my real grandfather. So I know how much that hit me. My grandmother ended up dying exactly a year later in the same month. So picture at 15, 16, you lose two of the three most important people in your life, you start to go crazy. Well, it definitely inspired me, like I said, because I talk about pain. Fast forward it up, I had a baby cousin who was killed at 6 years old. My favorite uncle, his baby girl. So that really hit me differently, knowing I seen a child laying there, no longer here. There's somebody that I love dearly and that was near and dear to my heart. So we fast forward, and it's crazy. Within a year and a half, I moved back home to Houston. My house burned down in a house fire. My grandmother, the only one I had left, my dad's mother, she ended up dying 5 months after that. And then my brother, on the exact day that he was murdered, I had talked to him 2 hours before then. I was actually supposed to come see him. I was on my way to see him. I was helping him out with something that had to do with credit. At the time, I was working for a credit repair company. And I took a detour to my old job to try to get it back. And in the midst of that, my cousin called me and he told me. And I didn't believe it. I really didn't. I didn't want to believe it. So got in my car and I sped to where he stayed. And when I pulled up, I seen his legs sitting there on the ground and something covering him up. And I didn't. I knew it was him, but I didn't want to believe it was him. But I knew once I seen his legs, he had tattoos on his legs, so I seen those tattoos, and I won't go on to what I did next. I kind of blacked out for a minute, and just seeing that in front of me, it bothered me because you hear about people losing family members to people taking their lives all the time, but when it happens to you, it's a whole different story. Growing up, he was my protector. He was that brother that made sure that nobody messed with me in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Standing at 6'3", big guy. It just I just couldn't believe it. Like I had just talked to him 2 hours before. So, you know, that really I could have. It's two things I could have did. I could have gave up music, or I could use that as motivation because I always said when I got big that he's gonna be part of my entourage. So, I decided just not to let that break me all the way down. I mean, I had my moments, and I needed some time to recuperate. But, you know, I could have broke. So I tell people all the time, if y'all need a story of somebody that could have broke through everything that didn't, just look at me for example. You can do anything, you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. But at the end of the day, people want to see you break. So don't let them see you break. Get over that hump and keep striving. And use, losing people as a motivation. You can either break you, you can make you. So I chose to let it make me.
Yo, that story is touching. I like that. The passion and emotion of the story, you know what I mean? That's unfortunate. Sorry for your loss, my brother. Now, is that something after that happened? Did you put some of that into your music, you know what I mean? That emotion that you was feeling because of that?
I most definitely did. I mean, if anything, like I said, it was times I was in that studio and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. But every time I did it, I hear him telling me, in his way, man, stop crying, man. Get up there and, do your thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, he told me, it's funny because he kind of told me this when he was living. Like, one day after I get took out, don't cry for me. Like, keep striving. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when I'm protecting you, I'm doing this so you can make it, so you don't end up like me. I remember one time I was going down the road he was going on, and he had to tell me, like, man, you got an opportunity that I didn't have. So use your opportunity and go do something with yourself. And it takes a lot for a man to say, look here, you better than me. You could be bigger than me. I'm proud of you type stuff. I ain't hear that too much from anybody but my mother. So, I use that as motivation. I just put it in my music.
Wow. Yeah. This is I can feel your story, bro. Real talk. I'm sitting here thinking about what I would do if I had to go through something like that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I haven't, but I know I'm lucky in that aspect. All right. Let's get back to the music a little bit, because I don't want to get emotional on this piece. For real. How long have you been doing this, like on a serious thing?
Since about 2018. That's when I dropped. I dropped one project in 19. I dropped another one in 19. I dropped my first digital one. The other two was just mixtapes. I dropped on like Dat Piff. And the first digital one was in 21. And the latest one was supposed to drop at the end of 22, but I ended up dropping it January the 1st of 2023. Some things that happened with the the digital sites and the things like that, you know what I'm saying, the contractors. So we ended up dropping that in 23, the first day actually.
Okay. All right. Now I got a question. How many projects have you put out?
Four in total, 2 digitals.
4 total, 2 digitals?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Now I want you to tell me the song. Well, this is a 2-part question. I'm a DJ. What's the song as a DJ that I need from your back catalog?
I think the one that some may have heard today. I think For Real is a very good one that you need in your catalog because it's well, one for one, I am from Houston. I'm a artist from Houston, not a Houston artist. So there's a
I
difference.
like that.
You know, in my city, we have a certain culture. A lot of people rap about that culture. And don't get it twisted, I love my culture. But me growing up, I grew up listening to national wide artists, not just Houston artists. You know, like I said, Tupac Shakur is my favorite artist. I grew up to listen to artists from East Coast, West Coast, all type of music. So I always wanted to be on a national level one day. So my style never really took to just being local in my city. So when I say I'm an artist from Houston, that means that most of the time I really don't rap like I'm from Houston. But this song was really important to a lot of people from my city. They thought that I should throw in some culture in my song, so I tried to make reference in this song. You know, words like trill, that's really big in my city. A lot of people know that Houston is probably the biggest city known for dirty sprites. So I tried to implement a lot of that into this song, and I think it's very pop. I think the hook is very catchy. It's one of those things where I guess you hear it a couple times, you start kind of saying it because it has a catchy chorus. So I think that's definitely one that should be in most DJs' catalog. And the video is very good too, for it, in my opinion. I actually made this video with a Tubi director named Trayvon
Okay.
Williams. And he actually has two projects on Tubi, one called Bloody Nickel, which is a series, and a movie called Armstrong. So that was big for me, making it with someone, at that level. So, I mean, I think For Real is the song that a lot of DJs have in their catalog.
All right, so now you got to do a cameo in one of the Tubi projects now. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to do, get one of these songs, get the placement on one of them joints. You know what I'm saying?
I'm working on it, I promise you. I'm working on it.
Yeah, you got to do that. All right, now what is the song that you put out that you honestly wasn't feeling when you put it out? You like, but folks was like, yo, that's my joint right there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was talking to TQuest about this. When I made the suicide awareness song, I was just trying to get something off my chest when I made it. And when I made the video, I just thought it'd be a creative video I can make to it to get people to understand my pain. But I didn't know that it was gonna get like it was. I didn't know I was gonna get feedback from people like I was getting. I was kind of doing it just kind of relieve, what I was going through mentally. This is something I was holding in for years, and it was bothering me. Just a little background on the song. When I was in Dallas, I seen a car accident happen on the freeway. Like, I actually happened on the freeway. A person, car stopped. They got out of the car and got hit, like right in front of me. So me being me, I pulled my car over to the side in that little spot where people, car break down, they kind of pull over to, and I tried to help the person that got hit. Now, like I said, I don't try to make people sad, but I tried to help the person that got hit, like literally, blood, like everything. Like, it was like something you see off a movie. It kind of throws me off now I think about it, because I didn't think it was real at the time. But the person that ended up making it that night, and that had bothered me for so long, trying to help somebody and they don't make it, like they stop breathing in front of you. I had never seen nothing like that. It really like had my heart racing, because I'm like, okay, like, when I'm gonna wake up from this? It's something like you dream about, and you wake up like, whew, that was a crazy dream. It was
All right, I don't even know why they started playing.
I was about to say for real, but yeah, when that happened, like I said, I think mental illness is something that a lot of people deal with in America, and I know it was a big thing. So that's what made me want to put it towards not mental awareness. I'm sorry, suicide awareness month. Because I know it was a big topic that a lot of people were dealing with, and I was just really trying to get off my chest, because I had hold it in for 2 years, where I was really depressed. Man, I was at my lowest point I think I ever been in life at that time. I mean, I would see his face when I go to sleep. I see his face in my window. I get sick to my stomach. Every time I hear a skirt, I get paranoid and start flipping out.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So when I dropped it, I was just trying to get it off my chest finally, because I didn't want people to think that sometimes when I'm snapping off on people, I'm doing it for no reason. Like, sometimes I have it in my mind, and it just makes me kind of frustrated and angry. I'm not trying to be rude, or I'm not a rude, disrespectful person. It's just what I've been through kind of makes me who I am. So kind of once I got it out, a lot of my friends and family kind of understood why I was the way I was. And like I said, the feedback I got from it, it just threw me off because I'm like, okay, this song was cool, but I didn't think that it was gonna go viral. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm looking at my views. I'm like, oh my goodness, it at 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you liked
Yeah,
it. I'm saying,
that was exciting. I swear it was very exciting. But that was
facts,
that
man. I
song.
like that. I had one video of this mix that I did a while back. And it was like just chilling. Had like 500, 600 views. Then I woke up one day and the thing was at like 15,000. What happened? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what did I do? It was just a mix that I did, man.
Yeah.
And it caught on. It eventually got up to about I think it stopped at 378 until it got flagged. You know what I'm saying? It got flagged. So now I have it in my on my YouTube thing, but I can't share it to public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it got flagged. But I'm like, damn, it was getting crazy views. I don't know why. You know what I mean? It was a good mix that I did, but somebody shared it on something, and it got crazy hits somehow. So now that works, man. So we're gonna go into your for real song. We had a little bonus preview earlier, and you talked about this as a song as a DJ I made. I heard it earlier, and I respect the song. So we're gonna get that on right now.
I appreciate
All right,
that.
why don't you introduce the song so we can get it on for the folks?
Here we go. This is my single from my project Truth Tells No Lies. For real, featuring Corey Jones and True Francisco. Also mixed and mastered and produced by Como Beats. Much love. Enjoy the video.
see you.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Just getting to it.
No, I love it. You're very
Thank you.
talented.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You know, and we definitely want to talk
Okay.
because we
Hit me.
really like to support real artists that have great talent, great personalities. You know, the total package. You know, and there's a lot of things that we can help with. So we're definitely going to talk. And I want to set up a part two with you because I feel like there's more that we need to talk about.
Yes. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is highlight you. This is the part where you give your words of wisdom, whatever you want to say to the listeners,
Hmm.
and then you let them know how they can follow you on social media.
Okay. Stay motivated. Just realize that sometimes when things seem like they're tough, it can always be worse. Um, I always try to appreciate what you do have instead of appreciating what you don't have. You know, I tell people all the time I'm rich because I have my family, my friends, people that love me, real genuine people around me. That makes me rich. That makes me who I am. That makes me. That helps me wake up every day and keep striving to become better. So tend to look at those things, but not only look at those things. It's okay to be greedy. It's okay to be happy with what you have and still want more. But just remember what you do have and appreciate it. And you can follow me at Truth Francisco, TruthFrancisco. I'm on all social media platforms. My music is also on all social media platforms and digital platforms such as iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, etc. Hope to see y'all soon. I hope you keep following me on my journey. Much love.
So like, what we gotta do? Put this plate right there.
Hold on, I can hear you, Nino.
Oh. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I said real talk. We gotta do a part two on this because your story is crazy. Real talk. I respect that, and the music is solid as well. You know what I mean? Already put it in rotation on the station, so you good on that part. You know what I mean? Because it deserves it. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
So I respect that. I love the video. You know what I mean? Some scenes in there was like, hey.
I had a feeling. I was like, oh man. I was like, man, please don't let them look at me crazy because of this, man. I mean, man, I'm
You
sorry.
grown.
Yeah, I know we're grown, but you know, it feel, you know, I know y'all have a
It
big.
don't fit the story you just told. Now,
Well, nah. I mean, I'm a grown man. I mean, I have my personal life. It's just me giving other people a little taste of it. But I mean, you know, you have kids and things watching that, so you know, they see that and I'm like, oh my god, this guy, this is who we're looking up to. But it's grown people stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's it. You know,
Yeah.
man, it's grown people stuff. I just leave it at that. I just
Yeah.
leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I just leave it at that. But I respect it. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? What was something that inspired that song?
Like I said, I was trying to do something for the culture. Now, as far as the video, me and my
Yeah, the
director
video.
got
Yes.
yeah, me and my director got together, and part of that's supposed to be in the video, but it was supposed to be another part too. But I think what happened was we had been working on that for so many hours, and you know, I try to trust his expertise, but sometimes I don't want to be the person that's stubborn, that don't want to listen to nobody else, but I still want to keep my vision. So he was talking to me. He's like, fam, I do this on a real level. Like, I'm telling you, people gonna love this. It's sexy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And it was funny. He's like, look at your pretty face. So he's like, bro, like you gotta do something to make the women, because the women gonna want to watch it. And that's the biggest thing. So he said, let's do something for the ladies. Like, that's gonna keep their eyes in tune. And he felt like men will keep their eyes in tune too because of the female model I use. Shout out to Rodman. Female model I use too. So he wanted to kind of change up the idea a little bit of the video just to make it more pop more, because he felt like this is my first single on my project, so I gotta do something to catch people's attention. So marketing wise, you know, I think his idea was very smart at the same time. So that's kind of what inspired the video. Um, but even the scenes, those are all directed by me once we came up with the idea. Even though he was my director, he kind of took my ideas and made it a reality. So that's what inspired it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let's just sing, but give me that. Let me take control. I
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah,
So I respect that. I respect that because there's a million videos out there. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's a lot.
And it takes a lot to make somebody pay attention. And I understand. I understand his mindset. You know, I pay attention. I just say that.
T-Quest, you pay attention?
I always pay attention. Visuals is everything.
They are. I
Facts.
love doing visuals. I love doing visuals.
But yeah, stay in line. We're definitely gonna do a part two because there's so much more I need to know about you, your music, and your journey. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. You can follow us on all social platforms at TQuestGLM, at The Secret Show, at DJ El Nino, and of course at Truth